So we are here today to discuss on important issues about the country, and we are starting a movement or a revolution preparing for 2027. Today we have three subjects we want to talk about, with our main subject here being the President of Kenya, Mr. Honorable William Samoei Ruto.
Yeah.
So Ruto's government has had some challenges, normal challenges, and some challenges that are extreme on the normal conditions of challenges. The three subjects, first of them being corruption, tribalism the second, state capture being the third. On corruption, I'm going to take a stand. I feel, and according to the narratives that are moving around or that can be found through internet, with internet being our main backup today, by the way,
Yeah, okay.
nothing done here is of concrete evidence that can be presented in a court of law. We are dealing with internet and speculations based on hearsays and stories that we meet across the street.
So we want to deconstruct the narratives and the agendas which politicians and people we battle around.
On corruption, I'm taking the stand that Ruto and his followers, I'm not calling him his team, that one I'm going to see later. Ruto and his followers are handling a highly corrupt government that needs to be stopped and measures taken to challenge on that, so that we need a free corruption country.
So he thinks that Ruto is very corrupt and he should not even be given a chance to be president, or his corruption has gone overboard compared to the past president, is it?
Yeah, I feel like, or according to what I see and experience outside here, Ruto's corruption levels are extreme compared to other regimes and even other countries. In fact, Kenya, according which are going to confirm the ranking on Kenya in terms of corruption, has gone higher since Ruto
became president.
Yeah, powers the CEO of the country.
But I think otherwise. I don't think that is correct, and I think, like, as Kenyans, we judge the president wrongly or we misjudge him. That is my stand on this. So we are going to start with corruptions and deconstruct the narratives which people say this government is the most corrupt government, na ndio imekuwa mbaya kabisa even compared to the past governments that zimekuwa this country. So that's what I want us to talk about today, as we dig deep and see how corrupt is this government.
Yes, so my friend here is in support of Ruto and his government. Yeah,
I support him.
Yeah, so when I will be saying things that are painting Ruto bad, his job is to clean it and say no, you are wrong. Then we confirm.
But we can't just pick things and run with narratives which politicians peddle outside here, because the last time I checked, mwenye nilisikia akiongelea about corruption is Raila Odinga. During the campaigns, Raila's campaign was based on they are going to fight corruption. Even there is a time Martha Karua said, who was the running mate of Raila Odinga, she said that when they will resume office in the office of the president and the deputy president, they are going even to hang the corrupt people. Damning that because Ruto was the main competitor, so they said literally they are going to hang him. Yeah. But the question we are asking, is he really corrupt?
Yeah, actually, I'm currently looking for my sources on the corruption allegations that we are going to check on.
Okay.
So, my friend here does not believe that Ruto is corrupt.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Putting a question to every Kenyan right now who will be watching this. I'm asking him or her, according to you, does the allegations that Ruto is corrupt satisfy you enough to believe that he's not competent enough for president?
Unajua, it's not about what people think. It's not what Kenyans think.
But actually, Kenyans are going to decide based on thoughts when it comes to voting. You'll have to decide based on what you think, on who is good or who is bad. So we have to consider, us as Kenyans, what do we think in similar? If we think in similar that Ruto is corrupt, then let us send him home.
Okay, so you know, that is the narrative which we have used Since, remember when Uhuru Kenyatta was running for office, they said Uhuru Kenyatta is the most corrupt person. So he should not be given a chance. But right now, people say he's the best president that has ever existed in this country.
Yeah, but
So,
that one we have also started debunking on that as Gen Zs and millennials. As you can see, as we speak right now during the making of this video, there are allegations that the Nairobi Expressway is fully owned by Uhuru and his family.
but I've not
So
seen you on the
dear
roads demonstrating about it.
Uhuru is a retired president.
So does it mean now you are okay to?
No, no, we are not okay. We are not okay. It's only that
Uh-huh.
we want to first be in charge of the authorities that are responsible for disciplining them for what they do to the country. And us as Gen Z, we do not have that power. The person who has that power right now is Ruto and his goons.
And,
So if for those who are fighting for a different Kenya, if you get an opportunity to be in power, Uhuru will be convicted and tried for what
how
he
are
has
you going
done
to do that?
based on the allegations, and then we are going to dig deep like the normal, the normal court process.
Okay.
He must be tried, and if he found guilty, normal.
Okay, because you are
Disciplinary
going
action is taken against him.
to try the people through the judicial systems. Tell me the corrupt deals that the Ruto regime has served. Like, how corrupt is Ruto? You came up with this. Tell me, okay, you have said Ruto is very corrupt. You can't be corrupt if you are not, if there is no like a corrupt deal or a corrupt scandal which you are attached with or which is attached to you. So, how corrupt is Ruto? What is this that Ruto has
done?
What corruption scandal?
What corruption scandal? So the main question here, first thing, as we are speaking currently, I'm just receiving news here. It's not going to be one, because I'm pretty sure Ruto is not corrupt only on one instance. There are going to be many.
You see
so
the
we
narrative.
are just going to pass through them, but we should be very ready. I'm pretty sure some of you will be shocked with what I'm going to reveal to you here today.
Are you seeing
based on back sources?
Are you seeing
through the internet?
how misguided Kenyans are?
No, we are not misguided.
He's saying that Ruto is very corrupt, but he doesn't have facts.
I'm bringing the facts
he is
to the
googling
table.
of the corrupt scandals which might be.
Okay, according to our friend here, and I know he has told you very many times that if you cannot bring the facts on the table, then you are wrong. Okay, for what does it take to it to be fact when I state to him that Ruto is corrupt? How do I need to prove that it's a fact that he needed to be corrupt?
At least you should know one scandal or two.
Okay, based on just general knowledge, you all know the
No.
Galana Kalulu project.
Now listen to this one.
The Kimwarer Dam.
Eh.
In fact, Ruto's corrupt deals as deputy president are even more atrocious. If they start digging new corrupt deals that he has done secretly as president, which we are not aware of currently, then maybe some of you will get shocked to the point of collapsing. Because what he did as deputy president is even more atrocious to think of. What
so do you think
now?
Like he had corruption scandals of Garana Kulalu when he was deputy president?
Yeah.
Okay, when the project was initiated from whoever came up with the idea of coming up with Garana Kulalu, so like, do you think the office of the deputy president was the accounting officer, or the deputy president was the accounting officer of the project?
Okay.
Or how did he steal the Garana Kulalu?
The office of the deputy president has been linked to be the source
Okay.
of the project. In
So
terms
when
of-
you say that he has been linked, you bring the link. Yeah, show us the link.
okay,
You see, this is how people go
Okay.
ahead misleading others that the president is very corrupt.
Okay, here we have now the news is here,
Okay.
and the question is here. We want to know what are some of the allegations on Ruto and his government in
Okay.
terms of corruption in Kenya. And
Continue.
according to my backed up sources, things that can be said that according to what this and this. Number one is that alleged tolerance and patronage of corruption. Ruto and his government
Alleged.
is being accused of
You say
tolerance and patronage of corruption.
Okay.
He
So,
tolerates
okay.
and patronages corruption. That is Ruto and his government. That is
First,
now, yeah.
first you said alleged.
Yeah, we are
So,
dealing with allegations here.
Wait a
first
minute.
Because he's a free man.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you are guilty until you are proven innocent,
No, we
or
are,
you
not-
are innocent until you are proven guilty?
we are here to form the same.
But you have, but from your own mouth you said that it is alleged. So who alleged it? What if it's an opponent?
Let me tell you who alleged it.
Yeah.
In December 2024, Africog report. Yeah. Report accused Ruto of presiding over a government deeply affected by corruption. It cited large withdrawals of corruption cases, lavish spendings on cronies, and failures to account for billions in government revenue. So Africog report told us that Ruto has been patronizing corruption.
The corrupt people.
The corrupt people in his government, and even himself.
According
is corrupt.
what if I heard you clearly, what you said is that Africog reported that Ruto has done what?
Has overseen. Ruto has presided over
a government
deeply affected by corruption.
By
he cited large withdrawals of corruption
withdrawal of corruption cases.
Yeah, because Ruto's Sacco are getting acquitted.
Wait a minute. Okay, what if you now, somebody says you are corrupt and takes you to court? I've taken this person to court because I think he's corrupt. That's a case somebody has filed against you in court. Sindio? The judge has not tried you to see that you are corrupt. There are no evidence which has been tabled to implicate you as a corrupt person. Then, so do you think once you have been arraigned in court that you are corrupt on miscellaneous and trivial as allegations, now you are corrupt?
Actually, we are dealing with allegations, so we have
let allegations be allegations. We want
to form the same structures country in terms of thinking that Ruto is corrupt. So I'm going to tell you the allegations of his corrupt. What I'm trying to do
Don't tell me allegations of corruption.
I want to convince the audience. I want to convince the audience and my friend here that you know what? Ruto is corrupt and we should not support him to come.
Okay.
I don't want him to be acquitted yet.
So
because we are not going to court. I don't want him to be tried yet.
If at all you think like Ruto is corrupt, bring the corruption scandals. Don't bring allegations and people's thinking and hearsay.
The scandals are allegations because they have not yet even been confirmed by the court of law.
That's why I say, like, if there is a matter before a court and it's just an allegation, it has not been tested, those people have not been cross-examined to substantiate the allegations, then they remain to be allegations. You can't implicate somebody on a mere hearsay.
So we are going to ask Mr. Rico here.
That is the biggest mistake Kenyans are making.
We have allegation number one here that Ruto is patronizing corruption.
How?
An Africa report is telling us that.
Do
you think it is true?
Okay, do this. Bring one person who was implicated by corruption and is associated with William Samoei Ruto.
We have number two.
Before you go to number two, what you should do to tell the audience, just bring one person and say, so and so was implicated of corruption, and Ruto maybe influenced the court to acquit him or her.
Yeah,
and goes ahead to give that person maybe a job in his government.
Yeah.
Who is it?
No, just somebody who has been associated with corruption and he has been acquitted.
Not associated. Somebody who has been found guilty of corruption.
Because somebody who has been guilty already should have been jailed. No, they had a case and then Ruto influence made sure that the case disappeared. That's
so what if you don't want to mislead the people? If you don't want to mislead the people, just say this is the person and this is how Ruto influenced the case.
I'm saying it. In November 2022, corruption charges against former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, including allegations of over USD 55 million from county contracts, were dropped soon after his appointment to high office.
You said
critics suggest political motives behind the legal reversal.
You said allegations. Those are allegations. And what I'm saying is that if it's an allegation, let it just be an allegation. An allegation can't be an implication. You can't be implicated on just a hearsay on just an allegation.
That's why when you take power and become the ones responsible,
you can't take power through dubious means.
No, we have not even said that. We have not even talked about the means of taking power yet.
You are saying you want to take power and you want to use dubious means. Dubious means.
Who said that you want to use dubious means?
Dubious means.
Have I talked about anything dubious means?
Dubious.
Please reply hapo kwa comment. Have I talked about up to now?
Dubious is when you dupe or when you lie to people. To get to, like you lie your way through to power.
No.
When you say somebody is honestly, when you stand and say so and so is corrupt, the least you can do is to substantiate the corruption, because nobody can be corrupt without having a corrupt deal, a corruption scandal.
Do you know that you cannot take president to court?
You can take but
An acting
you,
president cannot be taken
according
to
to what you said, you
is
said
it-
most of the scandals he did, most of the corrupt scandals, he did them when he was the deputy president. The deputy president has no immunity. You can take him to court.
But he was protected by. In fact, I'm not
So
of
who
any
protected
political
him?
influence. Before we continue further, I'm not of any political influence. I do not support Uhuru. I do not support any person who is registered under any political party related to ODM, UDA, those famous political parties. I'm not influenced by any political member from either party.
If you have
So,
the problem,
the reason why, let me tell you the reason why Ruto was not taken to court when he was
okay,
deputy
go ahead.
president. The reason why Ruto was not taken to court when he was deputy president, because the president of the country by then was his friend and his associate in crime, a partner in crime.
Everybody
I'm
know.
using the word friend because
Listen.
if I say he was his workmate, you will say, okay, oh, you know the rules of the work, but no. These guys are people who are associated with, they have gone to ICC together, they have campaigned together. So, behind political scene, there is personal relationship between the president and his deputy then. So, that will influence the chances of him going to court. That's the reason why deputy president was not taken to court.
You and
Reason
I know
number two
very
is not taken to court up to now because he's president. But that does not mean that when the right, the necessary government is put in place, we will not take Ruto to court. It will take him, and he will be convicted.
Okay.
And
I've listened
if
to
possible,
you enough.
Yeah.
So
Anything
you and I know that the relationship between the president, Uhuru Kenyatta, and his deputy then, who was Samoei Ruto, was not so cordial, especially when they were like almost finishing their second term.
Yes.
Mbona hakumuimplicate? Mbona hakumuchukua kotini?
Because let me tell you, despite the fact that there is work of politics that they are doing, these are guys who have still personal bonds between them. President Uhuru always made it clear that he wants to give out power. He wants to transcend power in the most peaceful manner that he can.
That is when the
elections
elections
and he does not want to use politics to render somebody not worth.
But it is Uhuru Kenyatta who was arresting on Friday and releasing on Sunday. Kamata ilikuwa kwa
and
regime
they were
ya
found unconstitutional, and he was discouraged from doing them, and they were prevented. That is the reason why those arrests did not have any impact.
Okay, maybe I can teach you a little
Let's
bit
go to
on
another.
how.
Let's go to another topic. Because,
Okay, the last point on that. Like when you arrest somebody, you produce that person in court within 24 hours, and you read the charges on which you arrested that person.
Yes.
You can't arrest somebody, then you go ahead and release that person without being charged. Then that's dubious and that's stupid politics. So the point is this: you can't lie your way to power.
Okay, we are not trying to lie. We have something.
If
Can
you
we talk
think,
about Adani project?
Wait a
before we
minute.
go to
Wait a
tribalism?
minute. If you think the president is corrupt and has presided over corruption, then you substantiate. You tell the Kenyans. You know these are lies which has been repeated severally until they sound like it's the truth.
Okay. By the way, Mr. Rico here believes that he does not want to believe in what people are telling him until he sees Ruto
substantiate
behind the bars. He wants to see Ruto behind the bars first, so that he can feel like
in fact,
and they were telling him,
that can't happen.
Later. We're going to do that later.
You know what?
But for now, what is it that this guy is facing? What is this guy being accused
You know
of?
there
And
is
they are ugly.
there is one thing called political narratives, and then there is the truth. You can say Ruto is corrupt, but when it comes to a point now you are supposed to substantiate. Utasiaga man.
We substantiate by.
Why can't you substantiate one at this point?
At this point, what you can substantiate with are allegations. Let's be be honest with each other here.
An allegation, you must attach substance to allegations.
Rico, please bear with us here. We are dealing with somebody who is being accused. Nobody is saying here that Ruto is this and this. We are not painting in black or white. We are just saying he needs to be painted black or white.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if you are getting me, but we are just anticipating in terms of discussions and theories. Okay. But anyways, if you get a chance to paint him, I'm sure you're going to paint him a color which is not black or white, but red. For the blood that has been shed for this country.
Listen. The last time I heard that Ruto is corrupt, I heard it from Raila Odinga when he said that this person is very corrupt. And the reason he gave for Ruto being corrupt is that hii pesa yenye anatoa kwa sadaka anatoa wapi? So like it doesn't mean when you give 100 shillings and somebody else gives 1,000, it doesn't mean that the person who gave 1,000 is more richer than you. Kutoa ni moyo bwana.
Yeah, kutoa ni moyo, but we all know that those trust that is
but that is something you can't take to court, that this person is giving more money that during rallies and campaigns and churches. You can't say that. You can't base that on corruption.
On that kutoa, it is on Raila said. Me don't have any problem with Ruto's.
And you don't have you also don't have any proof.
I don't have any problem with Ruto's contribution. My problem is Adani. My problem is Adani.
Okay.
Ruto's government signed a USD 1.85 billion lease with the Adani Group for Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and other infrastructure, which sparked allegations of opaque contracts and inflated commissions. So, before you go further, you hear sparked allegations. And I want to say here, what we are doing here, we are talking about the allegations on Ruto, and we are all praying that God gives us an opportunity to meet Ruto in court and convict him of these allegations. If he's innocent, then let him be free. But if he's found guilty, let him be put behind the bars for whatever number of years, or even if it's another way of punishment, but let him be punished for what he did.
About Adani, like Ruto did a corruption deal with Adani. Adani, do you know the Adani deal? How was it?
Yeah, the Adani deal, we are being told that it was a lease deal of worth 1.85
so how did it came about?
Okay, the allegations are on opaque contracts and inflated commissions, which means those people who are supposed to benefit by Adani getting the airport are people either close to Ruto or Ruto to himself. That's where the allegations have not yet been confirmed. But they are being linked to Ruto. How bad is that?
Unajua hii ndio shida yenye Wakenya wanapitianga. This is the problem we face as Kenyans. Misleading information. First, it doesn't know anything to do with Adani, how the deal came about. So, it's just depending on mere speculations and allegations. Let me maybe teach you a little bit on how Adani deal came about. It was a PIP, personally initiated proposal. Like Adani, like this is how a PIP is done. Like you can see a gap somewhere, then you give a proposal to the relevant authorities. Adani saw there is a gap in our airports, and they said, what if I give a proposal on upgrading of this facility? So like it is a personal initiated proposal. So he said, he gave a proposal to the government saying that I can upgrade this airport. Then what follows is terms and conditions and on how the project will be executed. So what you do as a government when such a proposal comes, you just look at the proposal, then you negotiate, you negotiate, then you will agree at some point. So you think the airport was being taken by Adani.
No, I'm not.
Adani was to benefit from the project he was to establish, not the existing projects. He was to upgrade the airport, and he was to benefit from the proceeds of the project he will put in place.
Actually, my allegations are on the inflated commissions and opaque contracts.
If the terms and conditions you think they were unfair, that is something you will negotiate and agree at some point. It's not that you go ahead and reject the project. Unasema Adani must go. Then what? You remain with that like a dilapidated airport without anything. Actually, so what you do is, if you think the deal is not good, make it good.
Okay, so we are going to do this. For the Adani, we also how ugly it became, the protest that spread across the country because of the Adani deal. We also it.
Protest on misinformation.
So, according to me and what I want, the message I want to pass across, and luckily, the person who I'm going to use to pass this message is somebody who is fully supporting the Ruto's government.
I'm not supporting Ruto's government. What I'm saying is that I stand with the country, with Kenya. First, we must have the country. So then we'll think about leadership. You can't bring your leadership to a vacuum. We must have a country first. Then we will talk about leadership.
Let's put this question on the table and let Eric answer and I answer and see which direction that this country can take based on our opinions. So I'm going to ask Eriko. The question on the table is, we have a government that is led by the Excellency is William Ruto and his followers. The reason why I call his followers because he's not a team. Ruto has allegations of self-control, self-management. So we are not.
You finish the statement by saying, according to my opinion, according to you.
Yes,
that's what you think.
According to the sources that I'm receiving of data and information, is that Ruto wants to be self-governing.
According to your own thinking.
He wants to be the self-operator. So Ruto and his followers, are they the best option for this country going forward for the 2027 election?
I
Is
think
Ruto
so.
the right choice for the Kenyans? Is Ruto the person who is going to steer this country to the next levels in terms of economic development, social development, political development? Kenya is a third world country, we all know that. Can Ruto steer a government that heads towards a first world country?
I think so.
Can Ruto have that responsibility? Let's hear Eriko's opinion on that.
Yes, my opinion is this: Ruto is the best option we have on board. You know why? All these people you think they are the options. They have been in government in one way or another, but there is nothing substantive they have ever come about with. For example, on the issue of unemployment, because the biggest problem we are facing as a country is unemployment. So how is Ruto dealing with unemployment? Ruto is coming up with the most controversial thing, this housing project. Housing project, there are Kenyans who wake up each and every morning to go to the site to work, and they are paid at the end of the day. So he has not lowered unemployment so much, but is doing something positive on the housing sector, on the environmental sector. He's also doing something on export of labor, which is a very good initiative by his government. Remember, all these people who are working right now, those who are being taken outside the country, those who are working on the environmental sector, those who are working in the housing, and all the things he is doing, all the projects. Those people were unemployed in the past regime, but right now they have something to hold as an opportunity to work. So Ruto is the best option because he takes the bull by the horns. However controversial it is, provided it is helping the country, he goes with it. If you think he should be hanged for it, he's ready to do that. And that's now what we call leadership, because leaders lead from the front. You can't say you are listening to the people. What if people have divergent opinions? At the end of the day, they need a leader who will come up with with an object and run away with it. That's why I say Ruto is the best option. These people will come and say there is overtaxation, there is all of this, but remember, things must be done right.
So for me it's contrary, the opposite, exact opposite.
So you think who do you think?
Ruto is not competent enough to hold the office of the president and even to be the CEO of the government of Kenya.
Why?
Ruto, for me, I believe the allegations on Ruto are true.
You know the problem with you believe the allegations.
Yeah, I believe the allegations. The only thing that I'm waiting for, everybody has his own.
What if somebody comes up with a very silly allegation?
I will not believe it
because it's an allegation.
I know silly allegations and true allegations. And on true
an allegation can never be true until it is tested and found to be true.
Yeah.
It remains an allegation.
Yeah, allegation of mine is that tomorrow will be Saturday. We will confirm it when
it's not an allegation.
For me, I will call it an allegation because
tomorrow will be a Saturday. It is not an allegation.
Confirmed. It has not been
in
confirmed
fact,
yet.
Wait. If it has not been confirmed, which day comes after Friday?
Saturday. We all know that.
Then it's not an allegation.
But according to you, you want to say that I cannot call them facts because you want me to first go to court.
You know the problem I have. The problem I have with you is just throwing allegations which can't be substantiated.
my main aim for appearing in this video is so that I can make you aware, guys. We are sending Ruto home and we want him to stand in
It
a
is
court of
okay.
law and be convicted.
There is no
and
problem.
tried of the
Remember,
atrocities he has done to this country.
you know what? That's
We have
what
people doubting us,
that
like
is what
Enrico, that believes that Ruto is not corrupt. Ruto is corrupt. Ruto is tribal. Ruto is trying to
In fact,
orchestrate what is called state capture. You remember that state capture that they were crying about with Gachagua when they were campaigning to be elected? He's trying to do that solely
How?
after sending Gachagua away. We can all see. We have very atrocious.
Gachagua impeached himself, Bwan.
Oh, let's not even talk
He
about
impeached
Gachagwa's
himself.
impeachment.
In fact, even I don't want even to talk about that part.
So, I want you to comment and pass the message on. Ruto home, Maraga in.
Maraga, if you come up with the issue of Maraga, Maraga has nothing to be remembered for.
We don't want him to be remembered. We want him to be remembered after he
you
becomes
know,
president.
You know,
what
miracles
don't
happen.
Does not matter right
okay,
now.
Listen,
once he's the president,
just listen.
This is what will matter.
Maraga is remembered for one thing and one thing only. He nullified the election. And after nullifying the election, then who became president? The very person he nullified his elections. So there is nothing substantial. Listen, wait a minute.
Nullifying the election of
wait
a
minute.
president is not an easy thing.
So he was not a sitting president. He was a presidential candidate.
You cannot discredit that.
No, listen.
Who was a sitting president despite
but,
that
but he nullified an election
of
based
a sitting
on
president.
It was not a sitting president.
Was
nullified.
listen, not a sitting president?
In fact, you go and read about the time of transition. During transition, what happens? There are some commands. The incumbent president, who is sitting on hired grounds, can never make.
The press
now listen.
Uhuru made after nullification.
Maraga,
make it as a citizen or a president.
Maraga nullified the elections of 2017 of the presidential candidate, not the sitting president.
Who was the sitting president of Kenya?
But on the basis of on which basis? On the basis of a presidential aspirant. He didn't nullify the sitting president can never be in an election.
The sitting president can be in an election because, okay, when we were electing when we were electing presidency, when we were going to elect the president of Kenya, who was the president by that time? Or did we also was the country presidentless?
No, listen.
Did the country have a president?
What I'm trying to say is that during transition
as a president.
During transition, yes, we say that there are no gaps or there are no vacuums in leadership, but remember, during the campaigns and during the electioneering period, there are some things the president can't do. That's why there is
but he's still the president.
Remember,
let's say his roles are dropped,
no,
his roles are reduced, but his seat is still intact. His roles are restricted. Let's say that way.
Let me ask you a question. During the campaign period or during the electioneering period, do we have parliament? We don't have parliament because the parliament, like during that period, the 3 months of elections.
We don't have parliament, but we have MPs.
Then if we don't have parliament, we can't have a government because our government has 3 arms. There is the executive, judiciary, and the legislature. If we don't have one of them, then that's not a government.
Okay,
it is not a government.
I want to advise you on one thing.
So let me finish my point. My point was this: Maraga nullified the elections of a presidential candidate like any other person. Even if it was Raila Odinga, who maybe like there were illegalities and irregularities on him, he could have gone ahead to nullify the elections.
No, he could
not
have.
So this is my point. There is nothing substantive Maraga has ever done to this country.
Maraga
was the Chief Justice.
The things that we argue on with this guy.
Give me a minute to finish.
That thing.
Give me a minute to finish. Maraga was the Chief Justice of this country for 6 years, but there is nothing substantive he did. Because we expected a Chief Justice to like build more courts, like reduce the case backlogs, like bring sanity in the judicial systems, and all that. The only thing I can remember Maraga of is complaining about Mercedes C500 and all those kinds of nonsense. Miracles don't happen. We will judge you from what you have done in your capacity as wherever you worked. For example, if you are the MCA what did you do when you were in that position of the MCA? Then we will upgrade you or send you away. Maraga did nothing. And you think if we give him presidency, Maraga was the president of the Chief Justice and he did nothing. Now you think giving Maraga the presidency, he will do miracles. Miracles don't happen. You will do nothing.
Supporting Maraga, I encourage you to support Maraga. Forget about Ruto. It's the worst thing to happen to this country. Don't follow the same influence of this guy.
Is
Don't be
okay.
influenced to support Ruto. We all know. Let's take on the same
But why
plan.
can't you
Ruto home,
substantiate
Maraga
issues?
We are going to
Substantiate issues.
substantiate more coming forward. I'm very grateful for this opportunity that I've been given. I want to urge all Kenyans to stand firm and let's protect this country.
Remember,
we shall change this country for the better.
Remember, we said
don't give up.
Remember, we said we had 3 agendas to discuss, and we have ended up discussing just one agenda
Because-
on this part 2
because-
of the video.
Yeah.
Then subsequently, we are going to continue with the part 3 and the part 4, and even the subsequent parts of this video. But don't forget to
Follow
like, subscribe, and share the video.
and share the video.
Yeah.
We thank you very much.
Yes.